when Blueface was taken completely off guard by Chrisean Rock's shocking revelation. It completely turned his life upside down in front of everyone. The crowd became silent. Cameras were focused harder, and online platforms were aghast. Observers asked the same question. Was she just saying that? This wasn't just another bout of their widely publicized conflict, or your usual heated quarrel. Precise, destructive, and intentional. Blueface's career was affected, his reputation was immediately tarnished, and his future freedom was even questioned as a result of this powerful truth bomb. We are seeing more than just another awkward headline. Hidden betrayals, long-kept secrets, and a revelation so important that insiders are already calling it the end of Blueface's career are all being uncovered. If there is any truth to Chrisean Rock's comments, the man who built his reputation on controversy might have finally entered, the one disaster he cannot escape. Still to come is the worst part. Sources claim that what she disclosed was only the setting for more significant disclosures to come. It is the simple question that everyone is posing. What precisely did she say? What makes this time frame the tipping point for Blueface's future? It was not the usual scenario of heated arguments, wild dreams, or dramatic accusations. This time, Chrisean stood her ground. She did not punch, nor did she raise her voice. Her truth was explosive, like a weapon. Furthermore, it had an impact, beyond Blueface's damaged self-esteem. It shattered his reality's very base. In order to completely comprehend the significance of this event, we need to travel back in time to their story. A flurry of romance, business, and strife has engulfed Chrisean and Blueface for years. The romance had both devastating low points and brilliant high points. An endless loop of public indignation, clumsy headlines, viral moments, and drama at the essays. Top of the charts resulted from them. Splits and reconciliations. Beneath all that chaos, though, were allegations of infidelity, restrictive contracts, toxic manipulation, faked conflicts, and even unreported pregnancies. So far, they had scant evidence of the more sinister realities they suspected. For at a recent appearance, Chrisean did not cry or become irate when she reached for the microphone. She made everything clear. For the first time, Blueface couldn't control the damage and alter the story. The place held great significance. Their narrative initially started to fall apart in Los Angeles. Going shirtless on stage, Blueface was in his element, electrifying the crowd and living up to his self-made reputation as hip-hop's unrepentant villain. Then, out of nowhere, Chrisean showed up. The audience applauded at first, expecting another trick. A glance at her face, however, told a different story. This wasn't merely a show. This was where the reckoning began. Not the Christians who were impulsive and unpredictable had become used to it. She stepped onto the platform calmly and collectedly. Every move is deliberate. She reached for the microphone as the music abruptly stopped. Blueface tried to brush it off with a strained laugh, but then she said the words that silenced the arena. Your empire was built on lies, and I have proof of it. A few people in the crowd gasped. Astonished quiet descended upon everyone as phones erupted into the air. There was no way to know what would happen next. Christian's steady voice began to reveal things that had been floating as rumors for a long time. The controversial contracts, which were the focus of much fan conjecture but were never seen, were mentioned by her. Blueface allegedly coerced her into signing contracts that allowed him control over her songs, live streaming, and even public image. She said that all of her public outbursts of emotion, disagreements, and tears had been used against her will. She was far from done, though, leaving the audience shocked. Chrisean made reference to a darker mystery that was linked to Blueface's private life, something even more evil. Although she did not say it out loud, her words suggested a revelation so big that it may ruin not just his career, but also the foundation of his personal life. The audience descended into mayhem, the air brimming with surprise and enthusiasm as the stage became the center of a storm that would last long after that night. She was commended by several of her followers for her courage. The speed at which the occasion had turned into an impromptu public trial was mocked by others. Blueface leaped for the microphone, but he couldn't manage the situation. Every word was shown in the live feed, cameras rolled, and the internet erupted as her discoveries swept across screens worldwide like wildfire. For years, the tale had been narrated in a similar fashion. Blueface was the erratic, sentimental girlfriend whom Chrisean called positioned as the wise, calm orchestrator. But in an instant, that story was over. With one epiphany, Chrisean reframed herself not as a victim of her own pain, but as someone who had been purposefully exploited. His timing couldn't have been more catastrophic. Blueface had long struggled with legal troubles, strained family ties, and unrelenting media scrutiny. Even if controversy had always been the lifeblood of his brand, this publicity was novel. Chrisean and the accompanying evidence suggest that this was more than just a rapper involved in a public controversy. She said that he had deliberately sparked unrest by manipulating events in order to remain profitable and current. It now appeared that the painstakingly constructed kingdom was crumbling. It wasn't just people in Los Angeles who were shocked. The entire music business was impacted. In just a few minutes, hashtags like Just Chris exposes Blueface and exposed became popular worldwide. The disclosure became an inevitable digital tsunami as gossip blogs hurried to post excerpts of her speech, and TikTok producers reassembled her comments into millions of reaction films. There was a lot of speculation on Twitter about what Chrisean might have meant about the Blueface family. Insiders claim that her announcement was only the beginning and that she had been concealing much more startling information. Screenshots, recordings, and contracts are ready to be dropped in future strikes. If true, Blueface's tragedy had gone beyond humiliation in public. It could be the end of his career. Chrisean had not merely made him seem awful. The trembling was just getting started, and she had set off a bomb. Fans had expected a celebration at the Los Angeles performance. Booming bass, popping bottles, and Blueface's cocky grin. But when Chrisean took the microphone, the mood shifted. Her evidence was more detailed than anyone had anticipated, and the performance evolved into a live trial. Her comments did more than harm Blueface's image. They demolished it. Chrisean accused him of using lies to build his business, and as a devastating piece of evidence, he produced a text thread. She rummaged through her phone and held the screen up to the camera, and the jumbotrons broadcast it to the arena. The words were vague at first, but soon they were apparent. He reported to a friend that Blueface's views rose and his money tripled every time Chrisean lost her anger. That line ignited the internet. She doesn't have to rap for me to get along. I just want her to lose it. The crowd exploded. While some cheered, others jeered. The real shock, though, came from what she said next. She made reference to the ultimate treachery. According to Chrisean, in order to fund a second residence, possibly supporting a second wife. Though she didn't name her, the audience erupted in rumors, yelling the names of former partners and speculating about a secret partner. Tension skyrocketed as Chrisean fought as Blueface groped for her phone. Security rushed to the platform, unsure if they were witnessing a confession or intervening in a fight. Then came the line that made people Twitter. You claimed that you were still living with her in front of me and everyone else. Short videos swiftly gained popularity on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Fans were constantly speculating as to the identity of the mysterious woman. Some suggest a long-term ex-girlfriend, Jaden Alexis, while others speculate that it could be someone else different. Shortly after the event ended, bills for housing and utilities related to a San Bernardino property that wasn't registered in Chrisean's name were posted by an anonymous account, along with what appeared to be receipts from a shared corporate account. The evidence seemed to corroborate her claims. The revelation shocked both the general public and Blueface enthusiasts. The situation was exacerbated by Blueface's response. She told the truth. He has been hiding this for years. Instead of leaving or slipping backstage, he grabbed another microphone and launched an assault, according to the caption for the pictures. His voice faltered, but his confidence did not. You all believe what she says. She's sensitive. She's drunk. She is lying. She doesn't make me, he screamed, nearly overpowered by the inebriation of the occasion. She was created by me. The fans immediately chanted liar at him. The live stream debate erupted with remarks like, we saw the receipts. Your empire is finished. Chrisean's next shock came just when it looked like the chaos could not get much worse, and Blueface was genuinely shaken for the first time in years. You may call me insane if you want, but the court will, she continued, meeting his gaze. His gaze. Not call me crazy when I show them the recordings. The arena burst into flames. Records of sound. Social media and the public went into a frenzy, as many conjectured about the kind of evidence she possessed. Blueface made a desperate effort to hide the video, audio, and other proof. Leaked footage surfaced on Twitter less than an hour later. Granny was clearly captured on a phone for 15 seconds. As the crowd in the video gasped, Blueface said, "I make more money when she cries than when she sings." The internet exploded when he and another man were heard laughing. By daylight, the impact was undeniable. The headlines in TMZ yelled, "Blueface allegedly profited from Chrisean's anguish." Startling recordings show up. Complex did the same with more sources. The severity of the revelation stunned fans, and the music business, and if the records were authentic, Blueface's career had officially begun to take a tumble. The Shade Room gave out of the comment, "Who y'all hearing this?" in a short video started an online conflagration. However, not all of the responses came from gossip blogs. Sponsors immediately started to pull away. Ongoing negotiations with Blueface were apparently halted by a major sneaker maker due to reputational risk. Zeus Network, the website that popularized Chrisean and Blueface, also went strangely quiet and stopped running ads for the rapper's upcoming projects. Blueface has broken his silence with an enigmatic tweet. "She is going to regret this." The condemnation was swift. Many comments accused him of abuse and manipulation and asked if his career was finished. Fans called on Chrisean to release the full tapes immediately. Then, insiders revealed the shocking information. Chrisean wasn't bluffing, according to a former aide who spoke with the gossip blog DMD. Blueface's treatment of her and others was detailed in hours of recorded arguments, contracts, and conversations. Women. According to the blog, if she releases them, it's over, confirming the tape's authenticity. Now, as Blueface's painstakingly built empire started to shake, the entire globe was waiting. I was already taken aback by the texts. The money receipts were incriminating, but the recordings were at a completely different level. Just a few hours after Chrisean suggested that they existed, the first 15-second video was posted online. It was clear but hazy. Blueface laughed with another man and remarked, "I make more money when she cries than when she sings." Social media users shared the statement widely. The hashtag #Chrissy went viral in just a few minutes. TikTok users reenacted the video. Supporters demanded that the full videos be made public, and Twitter was flooded with memes. 3 shocking audio tracks were shared on fan forums later that night over an unknown Dropbox connection. Audio proof, a contract call, and a final warning are shown in clips 1 and 2. Clip 1 confirmed the infamous 15-second laugh. In the second footage, Blueface allegedly boasted to his management over the phone about Chrisean's contract containing a meltdown clause. Every time she sobbed on camera, he earned money. However, the internet was disrupted by clip 3. Social media went crazy when Blueface was heard saying, "She thinks she's my partner, but she's really just my product." Another voice, probably the manager, added, "Then keep her around until the baby's old enough for its own storyline." As followers' emotions fluctuated between amazement and rage, the online community turned into a virtual battlefield. The spectacle that Blueface had created over the years was now conclusive proof against him. A single tweet went viral very fast. "This has no connection. It is trafficking in plain sight." Fans accused Blueface of more than simply exploitation. They claimed that he had been profiting on Chrisean's motherhood. Calls to cancel him were all over social media. In reaction, celebrities made sharp comments. Cardi B wrote, "This is why women stay silent until it is too late. They sign away their souls for love." Lil Nas' ex-boyfriend shared a meme of himself tearing up a contract with the caption, "Me after reading the meltdown clause." Nicki Minaj went on to make the scathing but concise statement, "A woman is not a storyline." Her post received nearly 2 million likes in a single day. Eventually, Blueface responded to the leaks after mounting pressure. But instead of apologizing, he went on the defensive during a live Instagram show that over 300,000 people watched. "Y'all really think I am stupid enough to say that out loud? These are spliced clips, altered voices, and deep fakes. She is making me out to be the villain because without me, she is nothing." His face and hands were tense as he rejected the tapes as fake, his mood betraying him, fidgeting, voice breaking. On one occasion, he halted the live to answer a phone call. It was harsh in the remarks. "He is lying. All he did was increase his vulnerability. Very guilty." Then another development led to greater speculation. Chrisean had mentioned a secret in the family. On a local Los Angeles gossip page, blurry images of Blueface arriving and departing from a suburban home late at night were posted. It wasn't Chrisean's house or his public palace. It was a separate property. The caption speculates that the house may have belonged to someone from his past. Fans immediately conjectured that it was Jaden Alexis, the mother of his other children. Suddenly, everything fell into place. Chrisean disclosed the secret payments, the second property, and the betrayal on stage. The picture was complete. Years of secrets and a life she had paid for were linked by a complex arrangement, dishonesty, and control. As internet debates raged about who lived in that mysterious suburban home, another surprise emerged. A neighbor told a tabloid that they routinely saw Blueface arrive at odd hours, talking on the phone all the time and arguing before entering the house. But the industry was rapidly working against him. BAT made the decision not to go to their upcoming awards pre-show. Spotify removed him from 2 official playlists, and a major beverage brand issued a statement saying, "We do not support exploitation or abuse in any form." Zeus Network, which had profited handsomely from the tumultuous drama between Blueface and Chrisean, eventually acknowledged him in a muted manner. For each of the parties, we are now investigating the accusations and evaluating the programming decisions we took. Fans immediately criticized the network, pointing out the slow response. But the revelations didn't stop there. That same night, a mysterious Twitter account revealed what appeared to be the first page of a proposed lawsuit. Chrisean Malone versus Jonathan Porter, her given name versus his. The article detailed allegations of intentional distress, emotional abuse, and financial pressure, and called for millions of dollars in damages. One phrase at the bottom surprised the fans. As supplementary evidence, nearly 6 hours of video recordings and recorded conversations will be made accessible in discovery. If accurate, the 3 leaked videos were just the start of what might ultimately destroy Blueface's career. 3 in the morning. Chrisean broke her silence again a few minutes later when she posted a picture of herself holding her son on Instagram with a faint smile and the caption, "The truth will protect us." Blueface responded with an enigmatic black screen post that read, "You aren't ready for what I got." The next chapter was now set. If a lawsuit has already been filed and the 6 hours of recordings are authentic, this person is no longer a celebrity. Nevertheless, it's a serious dispute that could destroy Blueface's career and reputation. Even worse, rumors circulated that Chrisean had yet to reveal her most explosive secret. By the morning after her shocking stage announcement, the entertainment industry was engulfed in one of the most intense and polarizing discussions of the year. Videos of her disclosing Blueface, alleged manipulation, and unreported payments went viral, transforming what had been dismissed as toxic drama into a major scandal with tangible consequences. Social media exploded. At the same time, hashtags including Chrisean tapes, BL face exposed, and Ars Justice Chrisean trended on Twitter as millions of people examined every second of the leaked recordings. 2 fan organizations appeared. While some hail Chrisean as a survivor who is finally making her getaway, others continue to label her messy and attention-seeking. A single viral post captured the feelings of many people. This isn't theater, it's evidence. Blueface boasted about exploiting her. Stop. Accused her of expressing her views. Critics retorted that since she had accepted the contracts and was aware of the hazards, she could not withdraw from them once she had signed them. The comment sections became battlegrounds where supporters and detractors fought non-stop. Celebrity voices added gasoline to the fire. Cardi B stepped up her efforts, telling her 25 million followers, "This industry eats women alive. You all," laughed at her pain until she showed receipts. "Now everybody quiet," Nicki Minaj subtweeted, mocking Blueface. "Men turn love into contracts and cry when the truth burns." Lil Baby also sided with Chrisean, posting on Instagram stories, "If those tapes are real, Buddy is done." However, not everyone agreed, with Charlemagne the God commenting on The Breakfast Club, saying, "Look, it's nasty." But they both benefited. He made money, she became famous, and she now acts as though she didn't consent to it. Caused an outcry from celebrities and activists who condemned the alleged victim, blaming. Following public outcry, the industry swiftly and forcefully responded. Zeus Network, which had profited from the pair's messy public saga for years, deleted multiple posts promoting their joint reality series, a move that fans deemed cowardly. Spotify removed Blueface's songs from 2 major playlists, including Rap Caviar. YouTube placed age restrictions on nearly all of his content, and BET discreetly removed Blueface from their pre-show lineup. Zeus had been using the instability to gain influence for a long time, but when it backfired, the network rushed to maintain its reputation. It was encapsulated in one viral TikTok. Zeus constructed a circus and now displays shock. The lions are tearing at you. Christian's followers, meanwhile, were rapidly organizing. Over $400,000 was raised in a single day by the Protect Christian Legal Fund GoFundMe campaign, which went viral overnight. Her statement, "The truth will protect us," was featured in TikTok edits that went viral and served as the background music for thousands of fan-made films. Her face and the phrase "sheer justice for cry" were even projected onto the side of the BET building in Los Angeles by some fans. The Airbnb video that Blueface had threatened to leak cast a shadow over the entire story, even though she had transformed from a contentious person to a symbol of resistance against industry exploitation. There were whispers that it depicted a violent confrontation between them, some that it included evidence of her retaliating against him, and still others claimed it showed Chrisean in a vulnerable private condition. The rumors spread like wildfire. Regardless of the reality, everyone concurred that if Blueface made that video public, it may. As rumors began to swirl, a shadowy hacker collective called the Watchdogs entered the fray, posting cryptically on Instagram with the warning, "If he drops the Airbnb tape, we drop everything else." The Watchdogs' objective was to either rebuild public opinion in his favor or ruin him as a whole. Emails, videos, contracts, and bank transfers. 72 hours are all his. The truth does not need to be edited. While live arguments, social media posts, and viral videos could be dismissed as theatrics or misinterpretations, a legal document carried an air of legitimacy that made the story go from public drama to serious, verifiable exposure, captivating millions of fans who were unable to leave. Public sentiment was now strongly split, with Team Chrisean applauding her for reclaiming her authority, revealing years of suffering, and perhaps even defending others by speaking out. It demonstrated with concrete proof that the claims were supported by documents that could stand up to scrutiny, rather than being simply accusations. All of a sudden, it didn't matter who said what on stage. They dealt with the concrete abuse of money, power, and authority, and the potential repercussions in the real world. Industry insiders, fans, and onlookers all quickly absorbed the implications. Official documents now supported Chrisean's on-stage charges, which some had previously dismissed as part of the continuous spectacle of their dysfunctional relationship. She had experienced institutional, professional, and unquestionably verifiable betrayal in addition to emotional betrayal. Each sentence in the released records strengthened the impression that this was a planned pattern of manipulation, showing how deeply Blueface had built a double existence that had benefited him at the price of honesty, openness, and equity in his collaboration with Chrisean. The leak turned the story from celebrity drama into a warning about exploitation, secrecy, and the hidden machinery underlying public identities. In the aftermath, it became a defining event. It was shocking to learn that not only verified suspicions, but expanded the wrath, demonstrating how financial betrayal can exacerbate personal betrayal and setting the stage for what could be the most important period in their lives. Blueface attempted to retaliate by daybreak, teasing the mysterious Airbnb footage once more and threatening to disclose the truth in a string of cryptic social media posts. But Chrisean was prepared, and her response was sobering. "Are you sure you want to play that game?" was captioned on a hazy black and white still from what appeared to be security footage, and fans began to speculate. For him, was this a snippet of the Airbnb video or something far worse? Then the final twist appeared. Chrisean added a countdown clock on her YouTube header at precisely 11:59 p.m. No lies, no cuts. September 15th, 25 entire tapes was written in bold letters across the screen. The internet exploded. There were many questions. Would she make the full 6-hour tapes available? Would the previously undisclosed footage, contracts, and receipts eventually be made public? The stakes were enormous. Blueface was no longer just suffering setbacks to his career. He was facing the possibility of legal disaster. The countdown has started. The unquestionable facts would be screaming out across the world by September 15th. There was a cruel cliffhanger. Either Chrisean discloses the entire video, thus ruining his career, or Blueface releases the Airbnb footage first and faces international censure. The world held its breath, and time was running out. What is about to happen could totally destroy Blueface's world, if everything that has been revealed so far has rocked him to his core. This goes well beyond a straightforward argument, rumors, or just another untidy chapter in their tumultuous history. Chrisean Rock has seized the stage, taken charge of the story, and made discoveries that have upended the meticulously constructed persona Blueface has been concealing for years. The recordings, the leaked texts, the covert payments, and now the approaching September 15th deadline all suggest that the endgame is coming. The subject of what comes next is still very much alive. In an attempt to bring Chrisean down with him, will Blueface risk everything by making the Airbnb video public first? Or is Chrisean going to keep her word and release all 6 hours of recordings, which might ruin his career and possibly put him in hot water with the law? The most terrifying idea is this. What if there are deeper, unspoken secrets hiding on either side? The argument over who is disorderly or unstable is over. It has become a struggle for survival, power, and control over the truth. It's your chance to comment now. As Chrisean reveals the system that benefited from her suffering, are you standing at her side, encouraging her? Or do you continue to support Blueface because you think there is still more to the story? Don't hesitate to express your opinions in the comments section. Make sure to click like if you believe the truth always comes out, because your voice counts in this fiery debate. You won't miss a moment of this developing drama if you subscribe and turn on notifications, as everything might change on September 15th.